I don't need to look sexy, just like.
Romesh, it's all over. You've done it.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I feel, I feel good. I mean, I reckon I ran it about an hour longer than I anticipated or hoped, but I didn't anticipate the atmosphere. I mean, it's amazing, man. Like, I was taking photos of people the whole way along because like I'm a big deal, and no, it was just really, really fun, man. Like, really enjoyed it. I've got to say, when you get to Tower Bridge and you get the noise, it's a bittersweet thing because on the one hand, they're all making loads of noise, and on the other hand, you go, I've got to do this again. Do you know what I mean?
You're only halfway.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, man, it was great. It was great.
Fantastic. You said you wanted to finish before the roads reopened.
Yes.
They're still closed.
Mate,
You've done it.
For me, like, that is my Olympics. Genuinely. That is, for me to finish in a time when there's still people still running, it means a lot to me. I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank everybody who supported me. And in fact, I'd also like to thank my haters, the people that doubted me. This is for you, all right? The roads are still closed.
Are there some haters?
There's loads of haters, mate, out there. Check my social media. It's chock-a-block.
Let me take you back to when you were a maths teacher. Could you ever have envisaged, back in those days, in a different life, that you would be talking to me after running the London Marathon?
No, well, I mean, I've always said that I would never ever do anything like a marathon. You know.
Why was that?
I'm just not built like that. You know, it's just not. I'm not that type of guy. I just didn't think it was ever in my future. And then I started doing a bit of running, and then, you know, I got involved with the charity Calm, and they said, you know, why don't we think about running the marathon? And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And it's, you know, I'm glad I've done it. It's great.
And physically, honestly, how hard was it? I mean, how are you feeling now?
I honestly, like, when I started, because I'd only ever run like 10 kilometres or something before I started training for this, and I didn't realise there is an element of training that is just getting past what your head's doing. And that is, I've got to say, that is the biggest discovery I've made training for this, is that you get your breathing right, you get your body right and all that, but there's just this voice going, this is horrible, you need to stop. And it has a physical effect. Your mind says slow down, and then your body goes, okay. And suddenly everything feels a lot more difficult. I've never encountered that before training for this. So
you're running to help support people who are going through, let's be honest, far worse things than you've just done.
Yeah.
You mentioned Calm. Tell me about why you're running for them.
Well, it's you know, it's something that's close to my heart. A friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, took his own life a few years ago, and you know, I've been very open about the fact that when I was younger, I came very close myself, and you know, suicide is a massive killer, and so anything that can sort of, you know, it's both about raising money, but the great thing about a London Marathon is you actually raise awareness as well. So it wasn't just getting the figure, the money, it was also about just getting people to be aware of the work that Calm does, and I feel like it's been well worth it for that reason alone, you know.
And the crowd along the way, as you say, you're a big deal now. You're an A-lister. How much did that help?
Listen, if you think I'm going to agree to that, that is a trap. That is like that's proper tabloid stuff, that. I'm not an A-lister. I mean, I'll tell you how I know I'm not an A-lister. A couple of people shouted, go on Rajesh. I mean, that gives you an idea.
Brilliant. I love it.
But no, mate, the crowd were great. And the fact that like people come out and support, it's amazing, man. It's really, really good.
You must have watched this thing on the telly over the years, had you?
Yeah, I watch it, but I watch it like I'm watching a different species do something. Do you know what I mean? So to be a part of it, it's pretty amazing.
And what people say about the London Marathon is that it's unique in that you're taking part in the same event as the elite who finished several hours ago without rubbing it in.
Yeah, no,
what does that mean to you? I mean, that's incredible.
I've been given the medal, so taking the gloss of it straight away. But no, it's an amazing thing, man. You know, they're doing the same course, and it's like there is something in doing the same course as the elite athletes, albeit much slower.
Yes. Will you come back and do another one?
Well, listen, currently that's up in the air. I thought when I started training for this, and I did my long run before the taper, which I didn't know anything about tapering before I did this, I thought I'm never ever going to do this again. It's currently up in the air. Who knows?
Even if you don't do another marathon, has it inspired you to carry on running?
Oh, definitely. Listen, it has changed my running life, I would say. I feel like, you know, it's so weird. I went from thinking 10K was something that I would do every now and again and tell friends about for a month afterwards, and now that's like a short run, you know, and that is something I never thought I'd be saying, and that is thanks to training for this. And look, I do, man, I really enjoyed it. I need to see how bad my legs are, but listen, never say never. I'm up for it, man.
That sounds great. There's only one cheesy way to finish this interview and say that you are the strongest link. Goodbye.
Mate, thank you so much. Thank you.
on
Thanks
it.
so much. Hope that was all right.
Lovely. Thank